Good morning and thank you for joining us. This is the weather hazard briefing for Wednesday, September 17th. Go ahead and take a look at what we're expecting here for the next few days. We do have an area of high pressure building over the region and will remain in place through much of the work week and into parts of the weekend. No precipitation chances are really expected until at least Saturday at the earliest. And we do have high confidence in above normal temperatures continuing basically from late week into the early part of next week. As far as our weather risk outlook is concerned, really not much in the way of weather here for the next few days. And as I mentioned a little bit ago, we do have at least a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms returning to parts of the area Saturday and Sunday. But even still, those rain chances look pretty low. Looking at the satellite from across the region this morning, not much in the way of cloud cover across eastern Idaho. There are a few mid and high level clouds here and there, mainly close to the Island Park, Yellowstone area and up along the Wyoming border, but otherwise, for the most part, things are pretty clear out there today, and that's generally going to be the trend here for the next few days. As far as temperatures are concerned, things will start to continue to move up here over the next few days temperature-wise. Those 70s become much more widespread this afternoon, generally low to maybe some mid-70s as you head into the Magic Valley with some of the higher terrain areas in the mid to upper 60s today, and these temperatures, both high and low temperatures, will keep creeping up a few degrees each day as we head towards the weekend. Not expecting wind to be much of a concern today, as has been the case for the last few days now, generally just about 15 miles per hour or so at best as far as wind gusts are concerned for much of the area during the afternoon hours. And as I mentioned, those precipitation chances are extremely low, if not zero today. Maybe a very slight chance of something in the far southeast corner, but those chances are generally 10% or less. And as we progress into the evening tonight, and certainly into the day Thursday and Friday, these chances will get even lower. As far as temperatures tonight into Thursday morning are concerned, again, starting to slowly creep up a couple of degrees each day. So these are running slightly above normal in some spots, but still pleasant in the morning. But again, kind of above normal for mid to almost late September now. As we head into the day on Thursday, we see 80s return to parts of the area with mid and upper 70s for much of the rest of eastern Idaho, but certainly have some 80-degree temperatures coming back into the forecast, and these are going to kind of be here to stay probably for a while as we get into the weekend and even into early next week. Again, with high pressure and control winds, they're generally going to be very light, even during the afternoon hours, so really no concern there. With the warmer temperatures, our relative humidity values will drop during the afternoon, so we will have a few spots that get close to that 15% critical threshold, but generally most places will be in the 20 to 25% range during the day on Thursday, and a little bit lower on Friday. But again, very limited, if not zero, precipitation chances for Thursday. And again, as we get into Thursday night, Friday morning, you can see these overnight low temperatures continuing to climb upwards a couple of degrees, with Friday looking continued warm, those 80s becoming a little more widespread up into perhaps parts of the upper Snake Plain, and as you head up towards Ashton and Du Bois. So certainly warm for this time of year, although still somewhat comfortable, but certainly warmer than what we would typically expect here in mid to late September. But again, no wind concerns really as we get into Friday. Those RHs do get a little bit lower, again, getting close to that 15% mark during the afternoon in a few spots, but generally 20 to 25% expected during the day on Friday afternoon. And again, precipitation chances basically non-existent. Friday night, this is when we really start to see those overnight lows really start to get pretty mild, with some low to maybe even mid-50s across parts of the Magic Valley and lower Snake Plain. So certainly much warmer overnight temperatures than what we saw just this morning or on Tuesday morning, when it was pretty chilly for a good portion of the region. And then Saturday, kind of more of the same. Still some 80s, upper 70s across much of the area. So continued warm. And that's generally going to be the trend as we get into the early part of next week with the 6 to 10 day outlook with very high probabilities of above normal temperatures. As far as precipitation is concerned, generally normal to maybe slightly above normal precipitation chances. But again, but at least through now into the weekend, those precipitation chances are quite low. Maybe as we get into the early part of next week, we might get a little bit higher precipitation potential. And then the 8 to 14 day outlook, we are seeing some signs within the model guidance that maybe late in this period, we could get some upper level troughing in place across the western United States, which might bring some cooler, wetter conditions for not this upcoming weekend, but maybe the weekend after that. And so we might have some potential for some cooler, wetter conditions. So wouldn't be surprised to see this outlook trend continuing to trend cooler over the next couple of days as the outlook changes each day. But we'll see what the models do with that. But the signs have definitely been there for a couple of days now. So perhaps as we get into the latter part of September, maybe into early October, we can get some cooler and wetter conditions in place across the area. But until then, things look to remain pretty dry and continued warm. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.